last night's class, I asked somebody that famous question that I ask actors, something, and she said, "I don't know." Now, if you study here, after 6 weeks, you're not allowed to ever say, "I don't know." Because there's two parts to that. At one level, you do know, but you don't want to say what it is that you do know because it's scary, you don't want to acknowledge it, or actually having to address something that you have a payoff in not acknowledging keeps you off the hook in your life. Do you get what I'm saying? It's that you don't have to step into accountability or responsibility or step to a new level. So that's why we walk around in life, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But a deeper part of you does. But it's very scary to claim and own that part that does. The second part is when I ask somebody that, and sometimes they say, "I don't know," always the answer is you do know. But perhaps you haven't yet caught up with, it's like a learning curve. And so what happens is out in the world, through teachings, through relationships, through messages or whatever, the light bulb goes off. But the light bulb we wrongly attribute to happening out here. People, things don't happen out here. The light bulb occurs because of something that occurs out in the world that is a catalyst for it, but it is occurring internally. It's your own connection to your own knowing. This is what's interesting to me about, you have all of it here. We have to stop thinking that the world is out there. You are not separate from the world. You are not. The world is a reflection of you. That's what it is. And so what's interesting is this idea of synchronicities begins to show you, wow, well, if everything is happening here and reflected out here, how can I begin to create more of a path of a life that I want to be living? And it's a very simple solution. It's a very simple answer. One is, I want you to just try to engage more universally with the questions that you're trying to get answers to. It's just that simple. So if something is stymieing you in your life, just ask it. Just pose a question. People, just pose it and see what happens. You don't demand for the answer. You don't have to have an attachment about how it's going to show up. Just pose it and see what happens. All of a sudden, in a week or a month or a year, you'll be at a cafe and you'll hear somebody having a conversation about something that is absolutely what you need to hear. Or you'll be connected to somebody who will help you get connected to somebody and they'll tell you something that's how our lives are integrated in this creative matrix. That's the first thing. The second thing is, as you ask these questions and you have desires, all you have to do, it's just a tiny little shift. You just have to keep putting your energy toward what's working in your life. It's not a big deal, people. You can do it. We give so much energy to, you don't have an agent, and you can't get ahead, and you want more money, and you don't have a boyfriend, and you don't, all these things that you keep labeling as bad, and you keep giving more energy to it. It's just a tiny shift. A tiny shift of, well, what is working? Or what do I feel excited about? Or how can I look at that through a new prism? That's all it is. It's looking at it through new eyes. But our eyes have become, because of the assumptions we make about life and what's possible for us, our eyes are clouded over. They become, it's like glaucoma. You have glaucomic eyes. Yeah. You don't want to see the world with the magic and the wonder that it is. And so whenever those kind of things synchronistically occur in my life, I'm like, wake up. It constantly is telling me to wake up.